All right, we'll start. So, hello everyone. Thank you for joining the webinar. So, my name is Ankita, and I'm the regional manager for Africa and Frappe. I look actively into business and marketing enablements for the community. We have with us Abdul Al Munim. He's the managing director at Invento Software Limited. At Invento, Munim leads business strategy, innovation, and leadership. He has around a decade of experience in software development and has guided a team of professionals delivering ERPNext solutions across Bangladesh, Europe. And in Invento, he has implemented ERPNext for around 40 plus companies across various industries like retail, distribution, and manufacturing. So we welcome him. And today he will be going through ERPNext in the line for distribution company. So we welcome him and thank him for providing insights around the capabilities of ERPNext for a distribution company. So over to you, Muneem, if you want to add something to your introduction, and maybe we can start then after that.
Thank you, Ankita. Thank you for inviting me and inviting us to conduct the webinar. And it's a pleasure to talking on ERPNext. And obviously, thanks for everyone for joining the meeting. And yep, today we will go through from the beginning to the end of a distribution business. I am Munim, so I just repeat it again. So we are from Dhaka, Bangladesh. So we have a company called Invento Software Limited. So let me share my screen and start the webinar so that everyone can have an overview of the distribution business. Just let me know if you guys can't see my screen.
Your screen is visible.
Okay. So basically, today I am going to talk about the distribution business, how one can operate or how you can use ERPNext for the distribution companies. So if you are running a distribution company or if you want to implement ERPNext for a distribution company, maybe this could be a quick start for you. Here, I want to elaborate mostly from the product master or the configuration, what needs to be done in ERPNext, and then how we can deliver the products. So about Invento, we have 10 plus years of experience, as Ankita was mentioning. So we have 30 plus team members, then approximately 600 plus projects we have completed. So in ERPNext, we have implemented 40 plus in different companies. Some have multiple companies, some have group of companies. So different horizons we have worked on. And on distribution business, we have worked on so many businesses, mostly in Bangladesh, some outside Bangladesh. So our today's agenda should be introduction. This is the core agenda, inventory management, CRM, sales, buying, selling, delivery, and accounting, then dashboard and reporting. So before starting the discussion on the distribution, I want to add some lines, some points for the ERPNext since ERPNext has started, I think if I'm not wrong, in 2007 or 8. So I just forgot. Sorry for this. And Rushabh started the open source software for his own business, and from then to 2024, the whole ecosystem has worked a lot for the development of the product and development of the ecosystem, and also the open source framework itself. So in terms of number, approximately ERPNext has 10 plus customer. So 10K plus customer. This is actually official number, but unofficially, I think it should be 50K plus, more than that. and approximately 20K plus active developer community. We have 190 plus channel partners. So like the Frappe partners who are actually directly or indirectly contributing into the ecosystem. Then I should come to why open source and why one should choose Frappe ERPNext, where there is all the fascinating the premium softwares like different with huge cost. So why one should use ERPNext or why one should use open source? So the core reason is zero licensing cost. Just few days earlier, maybe 2 weeks earlier, I had a client who came to my office and who was saying that for implementing ERP, so I have sit with at least 10 plus vendors somehow like SAP, Oracle, Odoo, lots of things. So some are actually giving us budget on, if I say in USD, 20K USD, some are saying 200K USD. And then I was looking for something which is scalable and which is actually, which should be under my control. So I found ERPNext, and to be honest, I love the product. And from the day one to approximately 6 months, they have used all the standalone system, and they find it very reasonable, easy to customize. Now for advanced customization, they come to us and say, okay, fine, we are stuck on something. So these are the fields, if you guys can help us or not. So I was mentioning, yes, so approximately at least you have saved 20K USD. So in the first implementation. So I was mentioning the first or the lowest budget the other companies gave him. So the product itself is massive, scalable, easy to customize. So obviously, the fun part of open source is you can reduce the cost a lot. It's not like you can reduce the cost 10%, 20%. Sometimes you can reduce the cost maybe 50%, maybe 70, 80% you can reduce the cost. So I will not going through everything because in ERPNext website, in the forum, everywhere these are mentioned. So I just directly want to go to my today's discussion that is for distribution management. So I will go to the live demonstration. But before that, I just want to give you a small overview what it should be like. So we will start from the standard configuration, what it should be and how those should be managed, how we can, for example, if you start a business, then obviously how you can manage your chart of accounts or accounting head, those stuffs, how you can manage your products, even pricing, since distribution have multiple pricing scenario models, then how in one dashboard or in one screen one can have a better view or better understanding for the entire business. For example, mostly management wants to have a clear picture on what currently the business or how the business is currently doing. So this will be my discussion part. So let's go to the demo. I have installed a small demo server into the Frappe Cloud. So we always prefer Frappe Cloud. It's massive, and to be honest, the features currently giving us it's insane, and the scalability is also very highly standard. And even you can achieve almost everything what you want. So instead of using other platforms like the giant ones, AWS, DigitalOcean, I think you will have the premium service in the Frappe, and the features enrichment, the feature are very enriched. So if I start from the beginning, so we should go from the company setup. For example, if I have a company, demo company, from the company, everything you can search from this awesome search bar. So you can navigate from the left sidebar. Here you have almost everything like in home, Frappe Builder, accounting, lots of things. And if you could not find anything, you can start finding it, searching it by its name, like in the awesome bar, we called it as awesome bar. So in the company, we have demo company, and this demo company, you can set the pre-configurations, like what should be the default currency, what should be the country, then the tax ID for the company, and what will be the domain, then address and contact, I mean, incorporation date, or the legal information also you can keep it here. Then all the accounting settings, like what should be the default accounting, blah, blah, blah. Those you can mention here, like what will be the income account, what will be the expense account, what will be the payable, what will be the receivable accounts. Then all the terms and condition, like buying terms and conditions, selling terms and condition. Then if you have installed Frappe HR, in my this demo, I have installed Frappe HR. You will have some additional configuration here. Then stock and manufacturing, if you want to include manufacturing module as well. Then the dashboard, the overall overview of how the system it is. Then I always use the system settings. From the system setting, you can set up the basic settings, like what should be your language, what should be your date format. Like in Bangladesh, there is something, in US, there is something else, and the number format, all the standard number format are already mentioned here. All you just need to uh, select whatever you would like to. Then week start date. So there are a lot more. I'm not going through everything one by one. Some important information I just want to mention, like for the security, for the login, the passwords, how you can protect your users, how you can protect the system from brute force attack, blah, blah, blah. Different type of security is actually ERPNext giving you by default. All the emails, files, what should be your default app. So this will be the basic system setup. Then when you start the business, obviously you need to have a chart of accounts. ERPNext gives you a default chart of accounts. So either you can use it or you can use your own chart of account. Um, For example, here you have all the default chart of accounts ERPNext is providing you. Instead of it, if you want to use your own chart of account, you can import your chart of account. You can download a template. Template could be either CSV or Excel file. Then either it could be a blank template, or you can have some sample data so that you can understand how or what should be the format. And just importing the chart of accounts, you can start using your own chart of accounts into the ERPNext. Just one thing needs to mention. Uh, if there is any transaction, you can't use your own chart of accounts, since the imported one will replace your existing chart of accounts. So before starting any transaction, you have to import your own chart of account if you want. Then after chart of accounts, so for example, you have opened an user, and you are giving the user to an access. I am not going to the users and other parts in detail. Maybe we can have another webinar if it needed. So once someone log in, if he is an account user, he will have this onboarding options in the accounting. If someone from the buying department or the selling department, they will have this screen, and from here they can access all the relevant documents or all the relevant tables. We called in ERPNext as doc type. So all the doc types will be available, mostly all the doc types will be available here. Some master or configuration like doc type might not be available here. So this is the way of accessing it, and it's highly customizable. You can create your own workspace by just simply clicking the edit button. You can add your workspace. You can add any item if you want. So So you can edit your workspace however you want. Even uh, if I come here, for all the modules, for all the departments, you can say there is a dashboard by default. So system has the dashboard, but you can easily customize the dashboard if you want. So it's up to you, and you don't need to have very technical knowledge to customize this dashboard. It's very user friendly, and it is drag and drop feature, give you the flexibility to create the dashboard on the fly. Even these number cards, even these charts can be created very easily. So if I show you the places from where you can create the number card. So number card, from here, you can create the number card. If I open an existing one, maybe I'm just going through everything very quickly. So maybe time to fill. This is mostly the coding. So for example, sales order to bill or annual sales. So all these are can be generated from the UI itself. Then dashboard charts can be generated very quickly from the system here. And after creating the charts, you can add this chart to a dashboard. For example, this is a dashboard called test accounts. This is a custom dashboard, so you can create your own dashboard as you want. I'm not going to all of this hands-on because we have a lot more things to discuss on the distribution side. Then if I directly come to the distribution side, so for example, starting from the inventory. So if you have multiple warehouses, or if you have multiple distribution point, then you can add unlimited warehouse from the system. Warehouse have multiple view, list view, Kanban view, lots of. So maybe if we want, we can have, for example, this is our all warehouse, under all warehouse. It can be done in country level, it can be done in city level. So if I say this is USA, this is a group. Under USA, we can have I am mentioning USA because since the election is actually happening, so everyone maybe is looking at the US election. So that's why it's in my head. So it could be New York City, it could be anything. So you can have multiple warehouse, you can have unlimited warehouse, you can segregate the warehouse by city level, you can add the warehouse into different classification, into different cluster, the way you want. So it's up to you. Then, in the warehouse, there are multiple configurations, like you can set the warehouse contact detail, and the warehouse type, what should be in transit warehouse, and if this is a rejected warehouse or not. And for this warehouse, what should be the chart of accounts. And if you keep it blank, it should be go under stock in hand, or otherwise it should be, or it should be go under company's default warehouse. Usually it's stock in hand. Or if you want to have a custom head, then obviously you can create in the chart of accounts and link it over here. So we have created multiple warehouse in different location. Then let's start. Then let's start from using the territory. For example, if you have multiple territories, then how you can manage it. So the way I am seeing the business is just like you have started a business, and maybe you want to buy the product first from your distributor, and then you want to sell the product to your customer. Sorry, you want to buy the product from your supplier, and then you want to sell the product either your end customer or through your distributor. So before buying the products and creating any supplier, I am just making sure all the basic setups are created here. So for that, I think before going to territory, let's show you the items. So in the items, I have created some item like Coca-Cola and then Pepsi 1 liter, and it should be the beverage type of item. So item can be created very easily, like 11003 or maybe 7. So item name, it could be Mountain Dew. Just forgive me if there is a spelling mistake. So the product can be managed by the variant, or it can be managed directly. So let me show you the variants very quickly. And from here, we can show the variants, for example, size, then click save. Then we can click variants from single, or we can click variants from multiple, like 250 ml, 50 ml. So if I click, then these two variants has been created. So Mountain Dew 250 ml, 50 ml. We can create product without a variant. So for example, test product 1, I can give any code if I want. Code can be on auto-generated, but I was not using that feature right now. So this products has been created. So I have created some products like Pepsi 1 liter, then Coca-Cola 250 ml, Coca-Cola 50 ml. These have some transaction. I can show those transaction as well. So those 50 ml, 250 ml is coming from item attribute like size. You can mention the size, for example, 750 ml, abbreviation 750 ml. So as much as you want, you can use the attribute. Then for the distribution business, mostly you have multiple pricing. So ERPNext gives you the flexibility to, just a second. Okay. So ERPNext gives you flexibility to have multiple pricing for the products. So if I want to see these items detail information, I can see from here. Or if I want to add multiple price, so maybe I can use the existing one, action, add or edit price. So there isn't any price mentioned. I can add price list, for example, standard buying or MRP. If it's 100, then I can easily add from here. If I have, instead of standard buying, if I have, there is a wholesale price for the distributor, it can be 70 taka. We can use this manual pricing, or you can automate this by using the pricing rule. So Mountain Dew 250. So I can add buying price. Buying price, maybe the standard buying price is 40. Then standard X works or the factory price, it could be 25. Now, when we try to purchase this product, then we will have multiple pricing for this product. Before going to the multiple pricing, I want to show you one more thing here. That is Mountain Dew, for example, if we want to have a batch for the inventory, let's say distribution business mostly uses or FMCG companies, or the companies which have expiry or batches, they use these features a lot. That is serial number and batch. So if I have batch, if the batch is auto-generated, it's automatically create batch, or we can mention the batch generation by ourselves when we are uh, purchasing the product. So I am mentioning here for the auto generation, and for the other one, maybe we can add without auto generation as batch. Then if I want to purchase the product, so we have created the item. We have made multiple pricing for those items. We made the item as a batch item so that whenever we are purchasing the product, we are purchasing by batch. And when we are selling the product, we have to sell the product in batch. Let's purchase the product. For example, instead of going to purchase order, purchase receipt, purchase invoice, since I want to mention the distribution business workflow, I am ignoring those. I just want to show you directly from the purchase receipt. But before going to the purchase receipt, let's see if I missed anything or not. So we talked about the standard configuration. We talked about the chart of accounts, workspace, then item pricing, batch. So territory and customer group, we are going to have it. But before that, I want to jump into the purchase cycle. So for example, if we want to purchase this product from maybe Unilever Bangladesh Limited, then we can mention the pricing rule. For example, standard buying. We have added the pricing for Mountain Dew, maybe 250 ml, but we didn't mention the price for 50 ml, I think. So Mountain Dew 50 ml, when I have fetched a product, the system already picked the pricing for that 50 ml. So Mountain Dew 50 ml, we didn't mention the price, that's why it's 0. So maybe we are accepting 100 pieces, 200 pieces. So we need to, since we directly receiving the product, we need to mention the warehouse, that accepted warehouse. You can reject, you can mention the rejected warehouse if there is any product, maybe in the shipment the product has broken, or maybe in the counting there are some missing products, so you can use this feature as a rejected one. So let's mention this one's price here. Click save. So system already added this price in standard buying price. And in the currency, so this is standard buying price. So if I want to change the buying price, for example, if I want to buy these items in the factory price, so for example, Unilever is giving us this product in the factory price, then we can change the pricing rule. Then obviously this 250 ml price has been changed. But since Mountain Dew price, we didn't mention the X Works price, that's why it remains the same. Then submit. So serial number and batch is mandatory for 500 ml because we didn't mention the batch number. So this is the batch number. Since we have mentioned that this batch should be maintained manually, so maybe this is we are mentioning the batch here. Mountain Dew save. Now system already created the batch in the backend and pasted it over there. Just Control S or Command S from the Mac, you can directly submit the order. There are lots of shortcut keys available for ERPNext, so you can use those very easily. If I quickly add some more like this, so maybe here we are accepting 250. Here we are accepting 150. Mostly, so we have created two purchase receipt for these two items. If I see from here, so this is the two. So mostly the distribution business, mostly, not for everyone, mostly distribution business import the products, import the goods, and there are lots of expenses included on those importing. Or So maybe on while in the port, you need to add multiple prices, you need to add multiple payments, you need to mention those expenses in this receipts valuation or cost of goods sold. Then you need to add the landed cost voucher. So landed cost voucher is pretty straightforward. You can directly fetch the purchase receipt. Maybe the recent ones, let me fetch, for example, this one. So even we can click here and directly fetch those items. So maybe this is 11. So you see, these are the products we have added. Then what are the expenses it had? Like freight forward charge, it could be VAT, there could be some additional VAT charges you have to pay. So charges. Just the description is mandatory here. So it could be 12,000, it could be 100, it could be 2,000. Then the distribution can be done manually. The distribution means the total amount here. This can be distributed manually, or it could be by quantity, by amount. So I'm adding this by quantity. So if anyone have any question, you can write down the question in the chat, and please mention your name, the region from where you are talking, and if possible, your company name, so that we can answer those questions one by one. Then the landed cost voucher. So what have done in the chart of accounts, if I go to the chart of accounts, so for example, in the expense one, in the freight forward charge, those already have been added into the chart of accounts. So this is the landed cost voucher, and these are the purchase receipts, and the amount has been distributed among all the purchase receipts. So this is the landed cost voucher, and all the pricing have been added here. So the purchase is done. Now we want to mention, now we want to deliver this product. Now we want to sell the product to our end customer. So what you can do in the customer, before going to customer, I want to add customer group. You can have multiple customer, because mostly distribution business have distributor type customer, then retail customer, even some more, some agencies, some channel partners. So there could be a lot you can mention, or you can create those those groupings from the customer group. And for each customer group, you can mention the default price list. For example, this customer should have the wholesale price, because distributor always have the wholesale price. So you can mention that. Even in the customer level, you can mention that this is the customer, this is his customer group. And in the customer group, even you can mention the price list, so that you don't need to maintain the price list one by one. Then you can, so I think I have already mentioned the territory. So you can cluster all your regions under territory. So you can easily use this functionality. In the customer, so you have the sales team. Maybe you can have sales team, then you can have sales partner with you. And in the sales partner could be anything. Like the partner could be, for example, if I want to add a new partner, so the partner type could be distributor, channel partner, dealer, anything. And you can assign the partner under one territory, that this partner is working, or this partner is selling in this territory. Obviously you can set the sales target based on the territory, based on the item group for that partner. Then in the customer, So since I have mentioned in the customer, you can mention the territory or you can mention the salesperson that who is actually dealing this customer. Uh, so what we have done so far, we have add the product, we have created the item master, we have set up the standard configuration for ERPNext from the system settings. We have created product, we have purchased the product from the supplier. This purchase can be done into different pricing, like the factory pricing, like standard buying rate. Those should be directly it into your inventory. So in the stock balance, so stock balance report, you can have that information. So all the stock balance, you can have that. And obviously in the stock ledger, you can have all the stock ins, outs, so that you can anytime audit and you can check whether and what happened to this item. Maybe if I show you 500 Mountain Dew, so these are all his transactions. So we have purchased these products. And in stock, there are stock aging, there are dead stocks, there are stock reconciliation as well. So all these standard features, all these necessary features are already into the system by default. Then I want to sell the product to my distributor customer, to my end customer. So I'm showing you here primary sales and the secondary sales. So in the sales order, let's see, we have selected test distributor, and this distributor, for this test distributor, we had mentioned the wholesale price list. So if I select any product from here, then it should be grabbed from the wholesale price list. So 500 ml, maybe Mountain Dew, maybe 500 ml Coca-Cola. So those are there. Let's mention the delivery date. So if I want to deliver 20 pieces, if I want to deliver 30 pieces, sell 20 pieces, 30 pieces, obviously we can. The red is showing that there is no product in the warehouse. So we need to mention the warehouse. So when we mention the warehouse as stores, for the Mountain Dew, the price was not mentioned. So maybe we can mention the price as 80 taka. And this is added into the wholesale price list. And if I want to add standard selling rate, then this standard selling rate for Coca-Cola has been fetched, maybe 90. So this 90 was added into the standard selling rate. And if I want to change it to the wholesale, then obviously this two price will be changed. So see, these two price will be changed. So if you set all this in the pre-configuration, you don't need to do anything at all. All you need to do, you need to select the customer, either it's a distributor or primary customer or it's a secondary customer. That's it. So let's create the order. From the order, you can directly create the pick slip. So the packing slip, it's very straightforward, and system uses the standard features. There are a lot more. You can group the same item if there is same item for the picking list. There are a lot more configurations. I'm not going through everything one by one. I'm just skipping those all each and every configuration. From the pick list, you can directly create the delivery note. So the delivery note created for the pick list. So the delivery note already created, and the warehouse have these products, and that's why it's showing green over there. And if you deliver, submit the delivery note, so system submitted the delivery note. And now after submitting the delivery note, if we want to have the delivery trip, so we can directly have the delivery trip from here, delivery trip. So you can mention the driver who will deliver this product. So this is driver one. You can mention the vehicle. So maybe my vehicle with my vehicle. So departure time, when maybe you can schedule this for tomorrow, Thursday. And you need to mention the address since they need to deliver this product. So you need to mention in which address you want to deliver this product. This test distributor customer does not have any address generated or created here. So let's create an address for test. Um, Maybe my favorite place Dhanmondi address. So West Dhanmondi. This is an address from Bangladesh. I think you guys might not understand this, but it's an address from Bangladesh. Preferred shipping you can mention, or you can mention preferred billing. So it's fetched from the system. If you submit the delivery trip, so the delivery trip submitted, and the delivery trip is scheduled for delivery. When the driver is able to deliver the product, then what can they need to do, they need to mark this as visited. Once this is marked in as visited and update this delivery trip, that means this delivery trip is completed. So let's go back to our order. So in the sales order, this is the test distributor customer. So you can see all the linked document. It has a pick list, it has a delivery note. Now we want to create a invoice for him. Let's create a invoice. I'm creating invoice from the sales order. So once this sales order is created, its status is unpaid, and we can directly add the payment and complete this entire transaction. Maybe he is giving us in the bank, so we need to mention the bank reference number, sorry, check reference number, and then check date once submitted. So the transaction or the end-to-end process for this transaction is done. So all the standard feature for the accounting system is there. So we have covered the sales team, sales partner, then stock aging, stock balance, landed cost voucher, everything. Then coming to the accounting part, so we have by default ERPNext has multi-currency budgeting, multiple dashboard for everyone, and all the standard accounting reports or financial reports like profitability, trial balance, balance sheet, cash flow. Those are the standard reports everyone has. So ERPNext also have those, and the functionality and the customization ability is insane, I should say. And you can have your own by just clicking or dragging and dropping from the system. So this is a balance sheet. You can print the balance sheet. You can pick the column, whatever you want. So maybe you can submit it, and system will generate the balance sheet for yourself. In fact, we have trial balance. So you can have the trial balance. So you can easily print the trial balance whenever you want. All the opening DRCR, then the closing DRCR, everything is mentioned here. So all the standard features are there. For the distribution business, what needed is actually all the commissions and other ones. Sales partner commissions are actually mentioned here. Then obviously, since we have mentioned the batch, so batch wise inventory is already here, and all the historical data is there. Even in the stock ledger, if you want to see the batch data, you can have the entire information. You can segregate the batch records from here, and you can see only the batched item in the report. You can see, you can filter all the reports by the batch. Maybe if I select a single batch, you can have all the details of that batch. So we are close to our time. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask, you can write the question in the chat. And we have one Telegram group. I think you guys have already joined the ERPNext public Telegram group. One more group for Bangladeshi community. Since I'm from Bangladesh, I want to mention that group as well. Mostly, if you are Bangladeshi, then you can join that group. Mostly those discussion might happen in Bengali, but if you guys need any help, then obviously we can. So if I conclude in 2 minutes, then the Frappe, I want to mention the Frappe HR. Frappe HR is a completely separate app built on top of Frappe framework, but you can easily connect with ERPNext. If you have if you have, for example, 100 or 200 employees, you don't need to pay uh, the license by users. So you can easily manage their leave, their expenses, their attendance, their entire life cycle. You can easily manage from the Frappe HR application. It has a standard payroll system. You can generate salary slip. You can use the salary sheet simply in one click. You can generate the payroll in one click if the salary structure assigned properly. So everything is there, so you can easily use that. I'm just having 1 minute, so after that I can
Yeah,
the
I
question.
have a question.
Just 1 minute to finish. Uh, just after that I will have the question. So
Okay.
all the Frappe marketplace, in the Frappe marketplace, all the open source applications are there. You can have the different information. I mean, the forums, then schools, GitHub repositories, everything is mentioned there. And if you want to know anything in depth, in detail, you can directly contact us. We are available. So yeah, please, uh, you can ask the question.
Hi, Muni. Thank you so much for giving this demo regarding this distribution company. So, just out of curiosity, I had a question. Like, this distribution business is a very, inventory heavy business in terms of, you have to be on top of your game in terms of, what is coming in and what is going out, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell me, what is the challenge in this distribution business which ERP Next has been able to solve? Because I understand there are a lot of automations required. So from your experience of handling this distribution company, any specific use case that you can share with us, which helps us understand the power of ERP Next, that would be really useful. Any use case, any specific automation that you
I am
remember.
I am talking to brother Nitesh, right?
Yes.
You are from which company and which country?
So I'm from India. The name
Oh,
of my company is Ensure Growth.
okay. So previously, ERPNext had lots of challenge because the product needs some time to get mature. But if you see in version 15, the features, there are enriched features. So in our previous implementation, we faced lots of challenges. But obviously, there are still lots of challenges for the enterprise applications implementing ERPNext. So the main challenges is not to use ERPNext. Using the other system is the main challenge because ERPNext gives you the on-the-fly customization. So if you need anything, any kind of feature, you can customize that on the fly, and you don't need to wait for anyone. So that's the fun part of it. And if you tell me the challenges, the barcode actually generation is not by default in the ERPNext system, but there are lots of apps we have built, and there are lots of apps people have built. There are a lot more. So obviously, but those in our eyes, those are not challenge because anyway, for different businesses, you need to do some customization. Brother Ramakrishna, please.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much. The training session was great. I want to know a specific module, that is the inspection of type inspection module. That is what I want to know. So my requirement is that let's suppose that I have certain amount of stocks in my inventory, and for inspection, let's say from X amount, let's say Y amount has been inspected. So the delivery product, that the delivery amount that will be X minus Y, correct? So that is what I want to understand, like from where I can avail that. Should I
Sir,
explain?
you can have that. You can have that if you want. So by default, it's not into the system. So obviously, when you are fetching the data from the delivery node, obviously you can do it in a small script. Obviously, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll have to customize it separately. That is what you're telling,
Better.
right?
I think we have some question here. Let me check if there is any question. So, brother Amir Kesi have a question that how we can develop REST API endpoint to retrieve the products data. Brother, can you mention your country and the company name?
Actually, my name is Samira. I'm from India. I'm a fresher. Actually, I'm looking for a job, and I got a machine test. That's I have to develop a project in Frappe. So I'm actually new to Frappe. So that's why I'm this section. I want to know about it.
Okay. The thing is, by default, ERPNext, you know the doc type. So in the doc type, by default, it has REST API service. So if you hit the endpoint, for example, slash API slash customers, you are mentioning products. So if you hit the endpoint slash API slash items, then you will have the REST API response over there. So by default, if you create any doc type, Frappe gives you the API, the REST API. So if you need to change the format, if you need to update those REST APIs, anything, then you can update it into the Frappe framework. So your question's answer is it's already included into the Frappe by default. You just need to hit on the URL. You can have we have Frappe school, and there are lots of development tutorials. You can have that. If you are facing anything, you can reach us. You can reach in the client forum. So that is, I think, docs.erpnext discuss dot Frappe or ERPNext. So
Thank you. Is that actually like Shopify? In Shopify, when we create a though we can create endpoint in settings, I think so endpoints and is that like that?
if you compare with Shopify, Shopify also have the REST API by default. So for
Yes.
example, Shopify called it as products. In the Shopify, it
Yeah.
calls products, and in ERPNext, we called it as item. So the difference is this. So you can look into the REST API documentation of ERPNext. You will have that. So it's similar to the Shopify, maybe authentication are different. ERPNext uses some different authentication methodology, and Shopify uses the different authentication methodology. But the endpoint you hit from the maybe Postman from your local environment is shopify.com or my Shopify store name. Uh, so Shopify store name dot shopify.com/products, or I think API/API version/products for the Shopify REST API endpoint. And the ERPNext, it's plain, it's straightforward. It's always give you one version. That is the updated version, and that is your instance name slash API slash items.
Okay, thank you.
Brother Said Ishtiaq, is HR and payroll are under single bundle or separate? So previously it was in the single bundle in the ERPNext, but Is HR and payroll? Yes. Sorry. HR and payroll are under single bundle. So HR and payroll are in single bundle. So all you need to do, you can go to Frappe Cloud. You can select ERPNext. Then you can select Frappe HR. If you install Frappe HR, system will install both HR and payroll. So it's one app under one repository. Anyone have anything else? Any question? So I will share the Telegram group link here, so that if anyone want to join in the local community of ERPNext Bangladesh, so they can join. So I have shared for everyone. I have to share for everyone. So this is a Telegram group for the local community, local from Bangladesh. Whoever from Bangladesh can join in this Telegram group. So if you have any question, you can ask there. Even you can ask in English. It's completely fine. So currently we don't have enough member, but obviously someone will ask your answer if you have anything.
There is a question in
One more
the Q&A
question.
box. Can we show transaction details like balance, credit, debit in chart of account page?
Yes. So I mentioned this. So yes, you can have. So transaction detail like balance, credit and debit, those can be easily accessible from the general ledger. So you can have that into the general ledger. So I forgot to share that. Let me share the general ledger. So in the general ledger, you have everything like all the debit, all the credits, everything is mentioned there. So you can have that. And obviously, if you want to have the summary, there are lots of filter facility like show remarks, add columns in transaction. You can see currency wise, and then obviously you can group by voucher, and then you can group by the party. So however you want, you can have that information. Is there any question? I don't think there is any question. So if you have any question, I have the contact detail. So you can reach me, you can reach Ankita. So even in the discussion forum, anytime, if you want, you can reach us.
Great. Thank you so much, Munim. Also, I am sharing the feedback from in the chat box with everyone. So I would request you just spare a few minutes and share your valuable feedback with us, so that we can have more events like this in the future. And in case you need some assistance from our end, like you want assistance from Frappe as well as from Invento, Munim, so you can always write it in the feedback form and we will reach out to you. That will not be a problem. So we look forward to your feedback, and a great thank you to Munim as well to provide us such an insightful session. In case anyone has any questions coming up in the future, they can also write to us you can write to us on Frappe as well. Maybe I'll share the email ID with you so that you can write to us in case you are coming with any questions in the future.
And if you have any question, you can write into the discussion forum.
Yeah. So you can write in the discussion forum. I've also shared the official email ID for our revenue team, so we will redirect you to Munim as well. All right. So thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ankita, and thank you everyone for joining this event. Thanks a lot.